Hello and welcome to opening trap number 18. My name is Mauri and this is Tarrasch trap number 1. First, a little bit about Siegbert Tarrasch. He was one of the best players in the world in the late 19th century and in the early 20th. But not only was he that, but he was also a chess writer who taught us things like rooks belong behind passed pawns. And there are also some chess openings named after him. So let's see a picture of him. So here he is, Siegbert Tarrasch. And now let's switch over to the chessboard. But before we start, I want to give a shout out to another chess channel called Chess Geek. Chess Geek upload puzzles every day, and I would recommend looking at that because doing chess puzzles is definitely one of the ways to get better at chess. So I will post a link in the description below to that channel. But now let's get to the Tarrasch trap. We're going to look at a game played in the year 1887 between Siegbert Tarrasch, who was white, and Johannes Zukertort, who was black. And the game goes e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, the Spanish opening with the Ruy Lopez. And now black replied with the move knight f6, the so-called Berlin defense. And after the moves castles, knight takes e4, d4, black now played the move a6. Nowadays people more often play the move knight d6, and then the game often continues like this: bishop takes e6, d takes e6, d takes e5, knight f5, queen takes d8, king takes d8, and we have the Berlin ending. But let's get back to our game, where black played the move a6. After bishop a4, b5, bishop b3, d5, white now took on e5, d takes e5, and bishop e6 to protect the pawn on d5, c3, bishop e7, rook e1, castles, and on move 11, knight d4. So this is the critical moment in the game, and this is where white sets his trap. So white's obviously threatening to take the knight on c6, and black would be pretty much fine if he just took on d4, but he fell into the trap and he played queen d7. So now in fact white's already winning, and the win is based on pins. So I'm going to show you what he did now. He played the move knight takes e6, and black has now two ways of recapturing. If he recaptures with a queen, so let's see if I can make that happen. Queen takes e6. Now notice how the bishop on b3 is pinning the pawn on d5. This allows white the tactical shot rook takes e4, and white is just simply a piece up winning. If black takes the pawn on e5 like this, then white's just winning even more with the move queen takes d5. There's a lot of stuff hanging for black here. The knight, and white's also threatening to take on e6 twice. So this would be completely winning. But after the move queen d7, falling into the trap, knight takes e6, Zukertort replied with the move f takes e6, but this did not help because there is another pin. The pawn on d5 is now pinned along the d file, and because the queen on d7 is unprotected, we can now simply win a piece again with the move rook takes e4 again. So black cannot take this rook because then the queen on d7 would be hanging. He tried bishop c5 attacking f2, but after bishop e3, black still cannot take on e4 because of that same pin still. So he took on e3, takes rook f5, attacking the pawn, bishop c2, and he could have taken on e5, but he would still have been lost. He tried rook f7, and after knight d2 he had seen enough and resigned the game. Now, incidentally, Tarrasch was able to do this exact same trap 3 years later against Gunsberg, and Gunsberg just resigned immediately after the move rook takes e4. So this was the first Tarrasch trap. In the next video I want to show you another trap that Tarrasch did, but until then I thank you very much for watching this, and take care. Bye bye.